Now to a terrifying story, a brutal break-in right in Wyoming. A teen girl, her family, tied up and held at gunpoint. Tonight they're talking with us.
What was going through your mind during all this?
24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is live near the home with the answer to that question and where the effort stands in finding those suspects. Leon.
Yeah, Brian, there's still as many as 3 suspects on the loose and possibly more, according to these victims. Wyoming police are still actively trying to find these people involved. In fact, we've seen a heavy police presence here in this area since this morning. Right now, police are actively working their case and they're looking for tips, and the family that lives in this home behind me is hoping that those come in as well. The time was 4:30 this morning. The place was this home, one of the many on Dunbar near 36th Street in Wyoming. But for some reason, at least 4 masked men showed up here in the dark of night as the family slept inside.
I just know that they had like hoodies and they were all covered.
The men charged in through the front door, destroying the frame. Urania Garza and her husband were asleep downstairs. Their 4 kids were home as well. Garza's husband came up to see what was going on.
My husband opened this door and then he went back, he closed it, and they were pulling it until they opened it, and then they just brought my husband.
The men demanded money and valuables and told the family to keep quiet.
Don't talk or anything, don't cry, because they were gonna get killed.
Her husband, as well as their 19 and 14-year-old daughters, were all tied up.
Both of my daughters were laying on top of one of each other over there on the floor. She said that they tied her up and they had the gun on her head.
The perps wanted to see what was downstairs, but they didn't want to get anywhere near her.
They were scared of the dog, so they closed back the door, and I was downstairs just calling the police, and they were asking my husband, is that dark? Is the dark me? And he said, yeah. Probably we were gonna go downstairs, do something to me or my other son too.
It ended as fast as it started. The victims suspect a lookout person saw police coming. The perps got a phone call and suddenly took off. They're now putting their home back together as best they can, considering what they went through overnight.
I'm scared that they're gonna probably try to come again and do something, because they told them, if you call the police, we're gonna come and kill you, or all your family's gonna be dead.
Now, as a part of this investigation, police did recover several guns that had apparently been dropped in the area. They believe the suspects may have dropped those. As far as what they got away with here, the family says they simply took a cell phone, but left with nothing more. Anyone with information on the case is urged to call the Wyoming Police Department or Silent Observer if you want to remain anonymous. Right now, reporting live in Wyoming, Leon Hendricks, 24-hour News 8.